guys, welcome back to ISI Tarot, and I am here to give you a message for the lunar eclipse that is coming up this week. Um, it will be a full moon in Pisces, if I'm not mistaken, so let's get into it. Alright, so first we start off with the Four of Swords with the Two of Cups, and I am using the Thoth Tarot deck by Aleister Crowley. So, Four of Swords says truce. Two of Cups says love. Now with that, I feel like recently you may have been dealing with, and it could have been just over the span of 2024, you've been dealing with challenges and feeling like whether this is within a job or within some type of relationship, but you feel like there had been just like a lot of battling one way or another, like a lot of tit for tat, just like a not very harmonious situation. If this is with work, it could just be like a lot of chaos that's going on, more than normal. Things may, the type of chaos may start to stand out to you, like to let you know, like there's something about this that I really, really need to be paying attention to because I feel because it's detrimental to my future. I feel like you will come to a place of acceptance that the end has come or the end is near with the situation. If this is with within a relationship, you may be outgrowing a very close friend, or you are seeing that maybe the person that you got involved with romantically is not per se the person for you. So there's this understanding that the reality is all things do come to an end at some point. So it's just knowing how to accept it and move forward with that, and figuring out like how to do that in the most positive and progressive way for you. So then we go over to the Knight of Cups with the Three of Swords. So I feel like that the end is you grieving, like, because the Knight of Cups looks like this. Three of Swords, it says sorrow. Now, I feel like the Three of Cups can represents like temporary sorrow, though, like temporary pain. And I feel like what is going to happen is once you have made that decision, probably, made done the planning that you needed to do to be able to make your next steps to exit the situation. Once it happens, like that whole processing time that you have throughout all of that, and even after, there is going to be that time of grief, like needing to acknowledge the pain of real, understanding that and acknowledging that, the endings of things like a relationship especially doesn't feel good, but honoring what that was like when it was good, but understanding again that it just is not in alignment with your future, and making peace with that. So it then takes me over to the Seven of Swords, which says futility, and then the Princess of Wands. Now, with this, the Seven of Swords can represent like having tact, knowing how to be sneaky. Like it makes me think of Loki, a shapeshifter, depending on the situation. Like just knowing how to adapt to where you can make a situation work out for you. Not necessarily by fully manipulating something, but understanding the challenge and knowing how to overcome it. So with the Princess of Wands, she represents like that fierce energy of being like, I know what I want and I'm going for it. So with this, like having these two together, it's just like you know what you want, you are ready, like or you will know what you want, and you will become ready to make a move like you need to that will be most effective for you and your success. That's going to be in alignment with your actual path, what you're supposed to be doing, who you're supposed to be dealing with. If this is for a job, it's just like you're going to come to that realization of what will be the next thing for you to start, as far as whether it's a job or like starting a business, whatever the case may be, but you'll have that passion because she's very passionate. So you'll have that passion, like that inspiration to say, I'm going for it and I know how to do it. Alright, so then we're going to go to our first oracle card, and it is Malumbo. She is a river goddess. Her card is self-sabotage. And with this, it's pretty much like, it's honestly, it's a warning to me. I feel like this is a warning of don't allow sentiment get in the way of what your future is supposed to be. What you're supposed to be in alignment with. A lot of times we have a hard time letting go of people out of fear, especially when it comes to leaving a relationship. Sometimes it's like, I don't know how I'm going to pick up the pieces, or if I ever, if anybody else will ever want me. And if it has something to do with the job, it could be, like that fear of not knowing how soon you'll be getting another check. Like how soon you'll have revenue coming in for you. But the thing with that is you have to have faith. And you should really trust in yourself for one, and just make sure you are focusing on what your true path is, especially when it's being revealed to you. Don't sit there and stay in what's comfortable, because once things, like, as you see things not changing for you and things start to get worse for you, the only one you have to blame when you start to ask what's going on and why are things not changing for me, you're only going to be able to blame yourself, because you rather stay somewhere comfortable instead of stepping out on faith and allowing yourself to grow into who you are supposed to be. And when it comes to a relationship, it's allowing yourself to step out of what is clearly not serving you, and opening yourself up to what is truly supposed to be for you, that will be in alignment with you and with the rest of your life. Alright, so then we go to our animal spirit card, the beaver. And with this, I believe this is earth energy. With this, the message with the beaver is very much like in alignment with the self-sabotage. The beaver, once they know what the job is, they get to it and they don't stop until it's done. They focus. They are almost like it's like tunnel vision. Until I get done building my dam, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm busy right now. So it's like, I feel like that's what it's saying is very important with what this eclipse is going to bring for you. Once you start making changes, like, to make sure that things truly work out for you, you definitely need to dedicate yourself to the paths that are meant for you in every way, like, and staying focused. And that doesn't mean, be antisocial, but you do have to, everyone should understand that to be able to get to any level of success, you do have to cut out certain things, and be able to focus on what you need to get to that success. A lot of times you have to cut out the play, and that could be for, like, completely taking it out for a while, or moderating it, because balance is very important, or whatever. So, sprinkle in some fun while you're focusing on what you have to get done until you complete that goal. Until your dam is built, you need to be focusing and making sure you're doing what you need to do, and not focusing so much on everybody else and what they got going on and trying to help them. Because at this point, again, if your future isn't looking so good, if your right now starts to look worse, it's because you aren't putting in the time and the dedication for your own well-being, for your own future, for your own life. All right, and finally, we have full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. Now, with this is pretty much saying, like, don't worry about the what ifs that could go wrong. If you're gonna think about the what ifs, lose yourself in your childlike mind, in that part of yourself, with all of the wonderful possibilities that can happen. If you operate worrying about the things that go wrong, that means you're operating in fear instead of operating out of love. If you're operating with the mindset that anything is possible, and staying open to those those possibilities that could be anything in all of the best ways, then You don't have to worry about the what might go wrong. And that doesn't mean do anything without a plan. What it means is, again, you got to know how to step out on faith. After you have gained the knowledge you needed to gain, you have gained the skill you needed to gain, the experience you needed to. Like, once you got all of those things together, what comes next is trusting that when you start putting in the work to execute with this, like to reach this goal or this next step, this elevation, like you just have to have faith that you've done your part. Now the universe is going to do its part for you, especially when you're being led by the universe. If you are being led to do all of these things, to like make these next steps, and you're following these steps, that means you understand that there is something that's working in your favor. So it's like, continue to believe in that, and believe that you're still going to have ups and downs throughout your process, but believe that it's all going to be for a greater good for yourself in the end.